If you watched my video last week, hopefully you've started tracking your expenses because now we're gonna get into budgeting. What's up you guys, it's Oscar from Down Under and this is our second video for our 4-part series this January that will help you become more financially aware. So if you haven't yet, press the subscribe button so you can follow along every week and let's get started. So today I'll be laying out some reasons why you should start budgeting and how you can start as well. I know that for some people, when they hear the word budget, they immediately get flashbacks of their mom or dad frantically going through months and months of receipts and notes and spreadsheets. Well, I'm glad to tell you we're not doing any of that. First, let's define what a budget is. A budget is a plan to show how much money a person or organization will earn and how much they need or be able to spend. So let's focus at the beginning. A plan. This means that when we budget, we plan for what is ahead. It doesn't matter if you're living paycheck to paycheck, well, like me before, or if you're earning 6 figures like, well, not me now, but hopefully me in the future. So if we want to have a handle on our financial situation, having a plan will be the backbone in our journey to financial awareness. You might think this is just another financial exercise that guys like me on YouTube tell you to do, but once you actually get the benefits from it, it might change your life. I am not a financial advisor of any sort, but I have helped some of my friends make their own budget. And in the first 10 minutes or 20 minutes, it made them realize how much they're spending on things that they don't actually mind. So why do a budget? Simple. It gives you the power to prioritize money matters and save and spend for things that you value most in life. For all those people who have avoided a budget, like how I avoid my coworkers outside of work, here's how you start. Get your pen and paper or a laptop and number 1, list down your income for the month. And for the purposes of this video, if I say income, I mean your after-tax pay, your take-home pay. If you get roughly the same amount every time, then that's easy. However, if you're like me, who doesn't get a definite amount each time, what I do is I round down to the nearest 100 with as many hundreds as comfortable so I can just add it later on if I need to in the budget. Stay with me here. For example, your income for last month was about $1,380. If you can round this down to the nearest 100, round down, you will get $1,300. Or if you want to play life in a harder difficulty, which is something that I personally do, I would round this down to $1,000, which would give me $380 to play with depending on how my expenses go. Number 2, list your expenses in a month. Remember last week when we talked about tracking your expenses? Now's the time to put it to good use. Put those expenses in 3 categories: your essentials, your variables, and your wants. For your essentials, we can consult Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which says you have to have shelter, which is your rent or mortgage plus the utilities. You have to have food, which is your groceries, and oh no, don't pay for that. We don't, no. Some variable spending could include transport, your petrol or your public transport fares, insurances, some repayments. Your wants would be your shopping needs, dining out, alcohol, those kinds of things. If you're finding it hard to recall all of your expenses, I have made a sample template to get you started because I love you all and I want you to be financially ready in 2020. I'll put a link in the description down below and you can download it for free. Just keep in mind that your essentials, variables, and wants will differ from mine, so it's up to you to move around the budget planner as you see fit. Also, there's no way that I've listed everything that you possibly could be spending on, so feel free to add or subtract anything that's not fit for your life. Once you finish listing them all, making sure that you did not forget anything as we are trying to do a full sweep of your finances, we will move on to number 3. Tallying up your expenses. The aim is to have your expenses lower than your income. If it is, congratulations. You have more money to put into your debt repayments, savings, or your fund money, and I would recommend it in decreasing order. However, if the total amount of your expenses exceeds your income, you can go about it in 2 ways. A is to go back to step number 2 and actually shave off all the unnecessary spending that you could. Or B, you can go back to step number 1 and actually increase your income. If you can do both, all better. Now that you know how much you're spending into one category every month, we can now go into number 4, stick to your categories. The amounts that you have put into every category should now be the benchmark of what you spend every month. I get what you're saying, but what if I overspend? Okay, so for example, you've allotted $200 into groceries every month and you actually spend $250. You went over budget and ruined the whole thing. Just forget your budget, chuck it in the bin, and cry in the corner, you little... As I was saying, you've allotted $200 and actually spent $250. Easy fix, just get $50 from another category from a non-essential tab. Quick and easy. Now you're actually adjusting and readjusting your budget as you go. You're doing good. You're doing good. I was gonna say good and great. Good. Lastly, number 5 is to keep on doing it. Like tracking your expenses, keeping a budget is gonna be a habit. It might be tedious now, but you will get all of the benefits in the long run. Once you get into the habit of this, putting your money where it should actually go would be so much easier. That's it for me, guys. I hope you've learned something from me again this week, and if you have, just leave me a like. If you'd want me to go over different budgeting strategies that people have cooked up over the years, or if you have any comments or suggestions, just leave them down below. We'll be continuing this video series for the next 2 weeks, so make sure you press that subscribe button and tap the bell notification icon to see a video every Thursday. This is Osler from Down Under, and I'll see you in the next video.